After Operation Sindoor, India needs to keep a hard watch on what's happening in Bangladesh. Now, ever since Prime Minister Modi came to office in 2014, till the time Sheikh Hasina remained in power in Bangladesh, till 2024, August 5, 2024 to be precise, India and Bangladesh were the best of allies. They were the best strategic partners, and there was no question of Bangladesh supporting Pakistan in any conflict involving India and Pakistan. What was happening to Bangladesh's civil society, though, is another matter. I have written extensively about this for ThePrint in many columns and reports from Bangladesh. For instance, it's not just during cricket matches when the Bangladeshi cricket fan would support Pakistan over India, would celebrate India's defeat in various matches. It was also within the society through the utterances of some of Bangladesh's religious leaders, through what Bangladeshi public some of Bangladesh's public intellectuals, writers were saying, and also the sentiment among the youth of the country. There was a lot of anti-Indianism. Uh, Bangladesh and India were growing distance. Bangladeshi society and Bangladeshi society was growing very, very distant from India, even as Bangladesh and India remained strategic allies, and Sheikh Hasina and Prime Minister Modi remained best of friends. But ever since the fall of Sheikh Hasina, the Sheikh Hasina government in Bangladesh, even overtly, Bangladesh has become quite anti-India. And not just that, Bangladesh has been trying to cozy up to Pakistan. And at this juncture, it is very important that we see what's happening within Bangladesh. Now, I have done a column for ThePrint where I wrote about a highly placed source in the Indian intelligence services who gave me access to a report. It's a long report. I'll read out some parts of the report. But before that, I spoke about the report to very popular Bangladeshi YouTuber. He's also a commentator on Bangladeshi society and politics, Azam Khan. Now, Azam Khan has had an interesting life. Azam Khan is an atheist blogger. He was part of the famous Shahbag movement, the same Shahbag movement where many atheist and secular bloggers like him were killed on the streets of Bangladesh for demanding uh, the death penalty for Razakars, people who from within Bangladesh supported Pakistan during the 1971 War of Independence. So these are people who literally went against their own countrymen in order to support Pakistan. And in the Shahbag movement, one of the things these atheist and secular bloggers wanted was death penalty for these Razakars, the war criminals, but they also fought for, often with their own lives, they fought for a secular, more democratic Bangladesh. Now, since then, many such atheist and secular bloggers have had to move out of Bangladesh. Their comrades were killed, and they had to escape Bangladesh to save their lives. Azam Khan is one of them. So when I told him about this report, Azam Khan said that this does not surprise him, because according to him, the Bangladesh army is the offspring of the Pakistan army, and much like the Pakistan army, he says that it's not a professional army. There are many, it's of course not for all officers, but many senior officers in the Bangladesh army are hired killers. They undertake jobs to get people killed, kidnapped at the behest of political parties, businessmen. They are sort of also own illegal businesses clandestinely. And he said that even up to 5 to 10% of Bangladesh's economy, that's what their businesses are worth. They're so powerful and so corrupt. Now, during Hasina's time, and this is not just Azam Khan, but my sources in within Bangladesh have told me that during Hasina's time, Sheikh Hasina made sure that from Major General onwards, at least from Major General onwards, no officer in the Bangladeshi army was anti 1971. and did not sort of support Pakistan. But since the fall of Hasina, Azam Khan told me that there has been a churn within the Bangladesh army, and several officers who hold deeply Islamist thoughts have been promoted to reshape the Bangladesh army according to the new socio-political realities of Bangladesh. But the report that I'm going to read from now is very, very concerning. It's not just in thought but in action. How it shows how Bangladesh is now moved very, very close to Pakistan, and how their strategic and military interests have come close. This report, as I said, is a secret report, and I have had the opportunity to access this report, and thanks to a very highly placed source in the agencies. And it says that even before Pahalgam, Bangladesh has undertaken a series of rather unusual strategic measures. That's the wording of the report. Rather unusual strategic measures. One such measure was the military drill Akash Bijoy 2025, conducted by the Bangladesh Air Force in April. This exercise, on the face of it, was meant to demonstrate the Air Force's operational readiness and strategic capabilities. This took place under the directives from the Bangladesh Air Force headquarters, and all bases and units participated in this drill with combat aircraft, transport planes, helicopters, unmanned aerial vehicles, radar systems, and various air defense platforms. This was led by the Air Force, but it also saw the active participation of selected representatives from the Bangladesh Army, the Bangladesh Navy, Border Guard Bangladesh, which is the counterpart to our BSF, the Bangladesh Police, Fire Service and Civil Defense, and even the Bangladesh National Cadet Corps. Now, the chief advisor of Bangladesh's interim government, Mohammad Yunus, was at the drill, and he gave, according to this report, a very diplomatically phrased statement. He said, "We live in a world where the threat of war looms constantly. India and Pakistan remain on the brink of conflict. And remember, this incident took place just before the commencement of Operation Sindoor." So, said that rumors even suggest war could break out at any moment. In such a context, to remain unprepared is nothing short of suicidal. Yunus also spoke about the need for swift modernization of the Lalmonirhat Air Base and instructed the Air Force to expedite its operational readiness. The airbase holds significant strategic and national security importance due to its geographical proximity to the Chicken's Neck, India's Siliguri corridor, which is only 160 kilometers away. Now, this corridor is just 21 kilometers wide and 60 kilometers long, borders China, Bhutan, and Nepal, and aircraft operations from the base would occur near this highly sensitive region. Sharing minutes of a confidential meeting, the intel source quoted Air Vice Marshal Mohammad Manzoor Kabir Bhuiya, who is the chairman of Bangladesh Civil Aviation Authority, as saying, "The reconstruction of the Lalmonirhat Air Base remains one of our national priority projects." And remember, all of this is happening just before Operation Sindoor. The Chief of Air Force and relevant authorities are well aware of this. The initiative is not based on any other country's interests, but rather it stems from our own national interests. But much before the Pahalgam terror attack, a high-level delegation comprising 4 senior members of the Pakistan Army and intelligence services visited Bangladesh on 23rd January this year. Under strict confidentiality, the delegation was led by Pakistan's newly appointed NSA Lieutenant General Muhammad Asim Malik, and accompanying him were ISI's Director General of Analysis, Major General Shahid Amir Afsar, Major General Alam Amir Awan, and Special Service Group SSG Officer Muhammad Usman Latif. They arrived at Dhaka Airport at 5 p.m. on 23rd January and were received by a senior official from Bangladesh's military intelligence agency DGFY, Brigadier General Mehdi. The delegation is said to have toured several air bases and military facilities and held meetings with high-ranking officials of the Bangladesh government. Before this visit, a Bangladeshi delegation led by Lieutenant General S.M. Kamrul Hassan, who is the Principal Staff Officer of the Armed Forces Division of Bangladesh, had visited Pakistan between 13 and 17 January with other senior officers. The delegation is said to have met with several high ranking Pakistani officials, including Army Chief General Asim Munir and Chairman Joint Chiefs of Staff Committee General Sahir Shamshad Mirza. The delegation also held confidential meetings with Pakistan's Foreign Minister, Defense Minister, and Deputy Prime Minister. Now, this Bangladeshi delegation to Pakistan reportedly expressed significant interest in acquiring Pakistan's advanced military equipment, particularly the JF-17 Thunder fighter jets. Lieutenant General S.M. Kamrul Hassan also commended the Pakistan Air Force modern initiatives, cutting-edge technology, and locally developed technological frameworks. Munir is said to have expressed an interest in the production of JF-17 Thunder jets and other modern military hardware. The meeting reiterated both countries' commitment to enhancing military cooperation and strengthening bilateral relations. All of this in January this year. Now, while this is concerning, the intel source also said that Pakistan-backed terrorist organizations in Bangladesh have grown stronger, and substantial quantities of weapons and ammunition have begun arriving in the country from Pakistan, China, Turkey, Iran, and Algeria. And the role of Pakistan in this arms supply has been very subtle and highly secretive. A container-laden ship from Pakistan arrived at the Chittagong port last year on November 13. This, though, was reported in the Telegraph in Kolkata, and the report said that no details were available on the goods the cargo vessel brought to Bangladesh from Pakistan, but multiple sources told the Telegraph that some large containers were initially taken off the ship before the rest of the consignment was offloaded. And the report, and I'm quoting from the Telegraph report now, some 40-foot containers were taken off and the local police were pressed into service to create a security ring around them. This is not a normal practice. You cannot rule out the possibility of contraband items entering Bangladesh. Now, this report I spoke to my intel source about, and my source then quoted the document which he gave me access to, which says that these supplies that the Telegraph report quotes, Telegraph report has said, these supplies were covertly handed over to the Chittagong army under the leadership of Major General Mir Mushfiqur Rahman, General Officer commanding 24 Infantry Division and Area Commander Chittagong Army, Chittagong Cantonment. Approximately there were 20 such sealed containers that came from Pakistan to the Chittagong port. Later, on 21 December last year, the source said another Pakistan ship was docked at the Chittagong port carrying about 678 sealed containers. While a few of them contained sugar, soda, three-piece suits, and potatoes to avoid security, around 580 containers were secretly transported to the Chittagong cantonment. The operation was again overseen by Major General Mir Mushfiqur Rahman. The source said the containers had heavy weaponry, including air defense systems, Turkish-made drones, short-range missiles, and other advanced weaponry. In view of what just happened between India and Pakistan, Operation Sindoor, and before that what happened in Pahalgam, this report is very, very concerning. And like I said, India needs perhaps to keep a very keen eye on what's happening in Bangladesh.